So one of the businesses we're talking to today is Liz Nadalutti from Swanes Nursery, who's a family-owned business and has taken some time out of her day to participate in the paddle games. And we're very excited to be welcoming her today to Small Biz Matters with Alexi Boyd. Thanks for joining us, Liz.
Today's been really valuable from a small to medium business perspective because the students have been really creative and come up with things that I guess are outside our scope of expertise, and I think that's why it's such an important thing for businesses to engage in these programs.
Now, I guess the obvious thing is that they're going to come back and say, oh, well, they had a lot of digital marketing suggestions because they're digital natives. Have they given you that, or has it been more interesting in terms of product development?
So the problem I brought to them was how to ship a bigger range of plants across Australia, because that's a small part of our business, and they have come back with that solution. But they have brought in a couple of unexpected things about digital marketing and subscription ideas, where if you're really keen on succulents, maybe there is a monthly or quarterly thing that you might join a subscription club. So that's been unexpected.
And does it take coming out of your business for a whole day to take a step back and look at it from an overall perspective and almost, I don't want to say dumb it down, but make it simple to understand for students in order to really understand what it is that your why is and where you're heading with your business? Has that been beneficial?
It has, because I think most small to medium businesses are pretty busy day to day. You don't give yourself time to really think things through and really clarify the problem that you might be struggling with. So trying to explain it to someone else really helps you clarify that, and it really has today.
Now, we've got a huge range of businesses here. We've got service providers. We've got, people who are offering, exercise programs. There's a real variety here. Is this something that you think any business, any small business from any sector of the economy would benefit from?
Certainly. It's amazing to see these businesses and how a diverse team can tackle something from a community not-for-profit right through to a recent startup or a business that's been around 100 years that has to stay agile, to stay competitive, or to open up new markets. And this team certainly does that.
Now, one of the things you were talking about just before we started the podcast was how do you engage with graduates and finding the best talent? And you have a range of measures that you put in place to try and help the community, help the job seekers out there. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
So whether there's a job vacancy or not, we're always open to people putting in resumes or talking to us about, looking for employment. We employ horticultural students and people that have graduated through TAFE, right through to a whole range of our uni students that find flexible work while they're studying, and we can change our rosters to suit their changing timetable, and it works really well for us because I know I've got a couple of undergrads, and knowing what they're studying, I can leverage their skills unexpectedly in the business. So it's an advantage for, I guess, both of us.
That's an interesting way of looking at it, actually, because I suppose you're looking for people who might be looking to go into the industry, but at the same time they come with a background of all this information. Is it just a matter of looking at their CVs, or do you look a little bit about what they're studying? How do you choose that candidate to give you the diversity of background?
I guess we're looking at people with a big range of experience. It's not just where they've studied or where they've worked before or what's on their CV. It's, I guess, that can-do attitude that they're prepared to have a go and might tackle some of the problems that they don't even know they have an insight into. So I guess when interviewing and looking through resumes, we're looking for that all-round character.
Do you have an HR background? Because I'm thinking to myself, how is it that you as a small business has managed to tap into the talent and find those golden nuggets in all of those CVs that we get hit with as a small business? How do you do that? Because I'm sure there's small businesses out there who are going, I can't even see the wood from the trees because I can't even see beyond what I need to be able to do to see how someone can help me.
No, my background is so far away from horticulture, it's not funny. I've got a science background, majoring in marine science. I've never worked in that field, but I think when you do any sort of study, you learn how to tackle things and how to approach a problem and how to research it. And I've been blessed with amazing bosses right from my first job where they could see outside the square, and I wanted to be that sort of employer as well, so that you mightn't be the most obvious candidate, but you're going to be the one that can offer a lot more than someone with just bullet points on a resume.
Now, would you like to see the paddle games go out to more universities, more tertiary institutions, this sort of format of having, a large number of students trying to support a business with one particular problem? Do you think this formula works?
I think it does, and I congratulated all the students on my team for having a go and joining into this activity, because I think it's invaluable. That's the sort of thing employers are they've got that attitude, they've got the right attitude. I do have a daughter at Western Sydney, and I've been seriously impressed about their curriculum really tapping into applied learning, where they're real-world problem solving and very practical. And I think Western Sydney really does that well.
Using lots of time to practice your pitch. You've got to practice. Find a tree outside and go and practice.
Find a tree.
There's something about the trees.
Sorry, did you get that right over the top of that?
It's all right, I'll edit it out. Well, one of the things I really appreciate is the diversity of range of students that you've got here. You've got lots of different studies and different backgrounds, and kids even with experience in small business as well. Has that been part of the formula as well, to have a broad range of students? And I've got a question for you, someone as a participant. Would you like to see the paddle games maybe become part of the curriculum for anybody who's going into entrepreneurship?
I think it does. It gives students a real an open door to I guess, experts in all different fields, and you can't replace this with just, I guess, learning from books or even in lectures. It's just such a hands-on thing, and I think it could actually be expanded out, and I think most of the universities would find that it really adds value to their courses.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much, Liz, from Swanes Nurseries, having a chat to us. It's been great to talk to you. It's been great to talk to businesses here at the Paddle Games, and we look forward to finding out more about how you work with students in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.